Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your main man, AV the Hero, back again with another video. And in today's video, we got to talk about my man LaMelo Ball. So the NBA season is pretty much upon us. We done seen free agency, we done seen the draft. Now training camp and all of those things are about to start. And what I want to do in this video is go through this post first practice press conference from a man LaMelo, because if you've been following LaMelo for a minute, you know that, you know what I'm saying, his answers to some of these questions is going to be a bit short, you know what I'm saying, and what I call decoded. So in this series of videos, and we're going to try to keep this going throughout the season, is that what I'm gonna do is we're gonna watch these interviews and these press conferences and things, and then I'm going to decode that for y'all. You feel me? Just so y'all can get a deeper look and an understanding on my man like Melo and all of those things. It's your man AB the Hero. We are live. I appreciate y'all for coming in, smashing the like button as you do so. Please do that. It's important that you do that. That's a factamundo. And we're going to get into this first video here. You know what I'm saying? All right. But first of all, let me get some shots. Shadow Viper been in here since for about an hour waiting on this live stream to jump off. I appreciate that. All right. So let's go. So like I said, this video here is from the first day of practice, and we're gonna get some solid answers from a man LaMelo. And what I think is very interesting is you can tell that he's a dude who has been, you know what I'm saying, media trained and been dealing with the media and all of these folks for a while now, because he's given the media answers that they, you know what I'm saying, necessarily. What's up, my man Fahara? He's giving the media the answers that they deserve to get, right? It's that fine line between, sometimes the media will say to you things like, you give them a real answer and they'll take it and run with it, you know what I mean? But then once you give them a media trained answer, folks start to be like, man, you don't even talk. So let's get into it. All right.
Hey, LaMelo, it's Sam from Hornets.com. Hope you're doing well. Just kind of your initial thoughts. You're finally getting to play with the team, meet some of the new guys. What's the first day of practice been like? And, you know, getting acclimated to the city and the organization and things like that.
First day of practice was cool. I mean, I love the vibe. Everybody around here is cool, good energy. So, yeah, I really loved it, to be honest.
Does it feel weird that I know you haven't played a game in over a year and you guys are going to play one next week? Has it dawned on you that after waiting for so long, it's finally really happening?
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, we all want to get out here and play, so we definitely all excited.
Is it weird? Nah, bro. We here to play basketball. Great answer.
Hey, LaMelo, this is Nick from the NBC here in Charlotte. What were your thoughts on the addition of Gordon Hayward just a few days after you were drafted, and how have you interacted with him before, and how are you guys kind of meshing on the floor with everybody today?
I feel like it's a great guy, great fit. I mean, the dude's solid, and the way he acts is just amazing. I mean, he's a cool person, man, so definitely a great ad.
Hey,
Bam. So basically what he's telling you is, Gordon is a hooper. I'm a hooper. Let us hoop. Also, I think some things to keep in mind is Gordon Hayward is like a gamer's gamer. My man LaMelo is a gamer. So I can imagine that they're going to have some type of, like, at least some on the road connection, bonding over just being able to play the game together.
LaMelo, my name's Jason Brown with Spectrum News 1 here in Charlotte. You're obviously not the typical rookie because of the time you've played professionally overseas, but I was curious, with today being your first NBA practice, was it business as usual, or were there moments or an instance that you went, whoa, this is different than anything you've ever experienced from an on-court thing or practice, that sort of thing?
Yeah, nah, business as usual. You know, it's basketball, so definitely just business.
Basketball. And if you go back and you watch, my dog LeVar has always talked about instilling in his young boys that it's just a basketball game at the end of the day. It's not life or death. Nobody's life is on the line. So you see the cool, calm collectedness as he answered that question. That's because he's pulling that answer from something that's been instilled in him since the beginning of the time. You feel me?
Favorite part, perhaps, about today?
Pretty much just being here, you know. I love the guys, love being here, love playing basketball. So pretty much the whole thing.
This is the thing that where you start to see where these media folks got to realize that we got to come with some great questions, right? Because your favorite part about being here today, bro, it's the NBA. I loved every moment of it. I'm cherishing every moment of this whole thing. This is what I've been dreaming about for a long time. Crown Us brand, what's up, my guy? And so you're getting that from him right now, right? I've been waiting on this. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing. I can't give you just one thing.
Let's go to Christian and then Rick.
Hey, what's going on, LaMelo? Christian Winfield here with the New York Daily News. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed that time with your family. Mitch and James both talked about a dinner shortly after draft day where you kind of cut out early because you wanted to go get some shots up, you wanted to play, you wanted to work out. I'm just curious, at what point did you, maybe this is a long time ago, what point did you maybe not fall in love with wanting to be a basketball player, but in love with the work that it's going to take to get to that point?
Man, at a very young age, I mean, my pops put it in my head, it's going to be the best. You obviously got to work. It's not just going, you know, it's not just going to come. So at a very young age, I mean, ever since I've been playing, I know you got to work hard. So pretty much whenever I started playing, I feel like.
So obviously that was one of the best questions that LaMelo got, because that's the most candid answer that he got. Now, what I want to talk to y'all about, and the reason why I think that question is important, is because you get the call back to my pops taught me this a while ago. So throughout the trajectory of a LaMelo Ball's career, you know what I'm saying, we seen folks call into question his dad's practices and all of these things, the stuff that he's instilling in his boys. And you hear this here after the first practice in the NBA, he's telling you that one of the biggest things that folks are saying is a positive about me, my work ethic, is something that my dad instilled in me the first time that I picked up a basketball, is to love and trust the process. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's something that should not go unnoticed, is that he's saying not only did he teach me the love of basketball, you know what I'm saying, he taught me the love of the process of getting better at my craft.
Let's go to Rick.
Hey, LaMelo, Rick Bonnell, the Charlotte Observer. JB was talking about how, you know, this incredibly compressed schedule, it really isn't fair to the rookies. You aren't getting the normal 3 months between when you're getting drafted and the start of camp to sort of acclimate. Has anything been particularly challenging as far as you fitting in, getting to know people, getting up to speed on their tactics? I just wonder if there was anything that's been, gee, this would be a lot easier if I had 3 months to do this.
Yeah, to answer your question, no. Just a no.
Okay, thanks.
It's just a no, because it may be 3 months to acclimate to the Charlotte Hornets, but I've been really training for this my whole life. You know what I'm saying? This is not the first time that I have entered into a professional league, went through a training camp and all of these things. So it don't matter if you gave me 3 months or 2 days, it's a basketball and I'm going to hoop with it.
Zach and then Chris.
Hey, LaMelo, Zach Aldridge, WCCB here in Charlotte. Have you had the time to think about it and reflect, or to really realize that it's hit you that you're here in the NBA, something you've been working for and dreaming for a long time now?
No, not really. I mean, it's just another step in the journey, you know, another chapter. I mean, I've been looking forward to it for a long time now. So now that I'm here, I feel like I've been working for it my whole life. So if you've been working for something your whole life, you know, you're going to come in ready. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm ready to learn. You can tell my man thought he had him a great question right there, but it's the same answer. You know, been training for this your whole life. So when the opportunity presents itself, you take full advantage of it.
So
Let's go to Chris.
LaMelo, I'm Chris Lee from WRAL in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was following Mikey Williams. I saw you guys had a chance to work out a little bit. How's it been, just your time in North Carolina, just linking up with other hoopers and just kind of learning the state and learning what's going around here and just being able to just practice with different people?
Yeah, it's for sure solid. That's like my little brother, man. I mean, he's from Cali too, so, the connection already there. So, yeah, we're just spending some time with my little brother.
Let's go.
I think that is dope. And I'm sure you see this across a lot of professional athletes, but they don't necessarily get the question or don't come to the surface. But I think that what I find cool about a cat like LaMelo is that he is looking at young Mikey as like, oh, that's my little brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to spend some time with him. I'm going to put some work in, and you start to see that pass down. You know what I mean? As a guy who understands the benefit of having an older brother in the league, right? Now you look at him, say, you know what? Who can I reach down to and pull up? And the dude, Mikey Williams, is in perfect position, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get that next level of tutelage of the first person in his position, because the kid Mikey Williams, 2 million followers or whatever on Instagram or whatever that is, and so he is poised to be kind of this next generation's LaMelo Ball if he can continue to play at the level and maintain that hype, which we've seen a lot of guys come in with a lot of hype and accolades. Mikey Williams got his own little internet television show similar to Melo and all of that stuff, and but they have not been able to consistently keep up with that hype and the trajectory that folks kind of put on them throughout their career. So it's a good look for Mikey to be able to have a guy like LaMelo kind of leading the way for him and looking at him as a younger brother.
Go to Danny and then Rod.
LaMelo, Danny Thompson, 3-point conversion. So far in your first day, JB said you worked a lot with Gordon Hayward with the 5-on-5. How did you feel working with a guy that's played in the All-Star team, and how did you feel your first day was, especially with jump shooting and passing in the first day?
Working with Gordon, for sure, great, obviously. And then how I felt great out there like I usually do. So, yeah, felt good.
I feel like these folks be asking these questions as if they don't know this LaMelo Ball. And Gordon Hayward is probably not the first All-Star that he practiced or worked out with. He probably has played against guys kind of in his come up who have played in the All-Star games. I think of the Trae Youngs. I'm trying to think of some of the other young guys who he probably went head to head with, maybe like a Bam Adebayo or something like that. So the whole like, oh, he's the first time practicing with a guy who played in the All-Star game. Gordon Hayward, how does that feel? I mean, it's cool, but it ain't like I ain't been here before.
Hey, LaMelo, Rod Boone here. Just wondering, a lot of the coaches and teammates have basically given you props in terms of your first impressions so far. They've said that you have great work ethic, that you are, somebody actually look forward to coming and seeing every day. What's it mean for you to hear your new teammates and your coaches talk about you in a positive light, just being there so such a short period of time?
I mean, I for sure appreciate it. I mean, thankful for it. But at the end of the day, I'm just being me, so that's that.
Let's go to Nick Friedel. And
I think that's interesting to me because now you think about him being in the NBA and you go back to many moons ago when he was in the LKL and folks talked about his lack of work ethic, right? When you listen to the coach and you heard all this criticism, and they tried to say that the boys weren't prepared and they wasn't taking it serious, and especially LaMelo. And it's so funny to me because I remember many moons ago when that was going down, that folks talked about LaMelo as a 16-year-old as if he was going to be plucked at 16 and put into the NBA, and that person at that age is what we would be looking at today, right? Nobody talked about the understanding of being a 16-year-old coming into a professional program and then learning how to work, and what is the benefit of having 2, 3, 4 years of not 4 years, but you know what I mean? Those are a few different years and the different teams to play on where you can learn what it's like to have a professional work ethic as far as NBA, the LKL, JBA USA, JBA, you know what I mean? Even the work Aspire, and then also the addition of Jermaine Jackson, who's kind of helping to push that work ethic into a different realm, because I think that where folks don't, or maybe they do give Jermaine a lot of credit, but there is a transition between the workouts where we started to see LaMelo Aspire actually on the weight bench and doing all of these things and really learning how to work out and instilling this different work ethic in him. So he talks about a bunch of times that understanding that in order to get better, you have to work, right? And it's about loving the process of getting better. And I talked about how that came into his kind of being as he was a youngin who picked up the basketball for the first time. But I think that folks many moons ago, like, really forgot that every step of this process is a learning experience for him. So we're seeing folks 3 years ago try to assassinate his character based on some of the reports that came out of Lithuania, not giving him the chance to actually grow up and being a young man like he is today. The man looked a million times different than he did in Lithuania. So it was so crazy to me back then to hear folks talk about him, and then as if he wouldn't grow into this man today because of how he was acting as a 16-year-old.
We'll wrap up there.
LaMelo, Nick Friedel, ESPN.com. I know you met with Michael a little bit during the draft process, but what's the biggest piece of advice that he's offered you now that you started into practice and are getting more into a routine?
Pretty much just keep working, I would say.
Just keep working, that's what I say. Man, I would say that I am excited about what the season is going to bring for LaMelo. Just kind of the BBB in general. That when I say BBB, obviously I understand that a lot of the affiliations are kind of all over the place at the moment. But so when I say that, I just mean the establishment, like the family, the whole thing, the whole vibe that they had going. And so I'm excited for that whole movement. We see what Jello got going over right now in Detroit. We see Lonzo is prepared to have probably his best season. He's talking about trying to intentionally go out and get this most improved player award. Talking about being a walking triple-double this season. So I think it's just a lot of cool opportunities that they all have kind of on the horizon. I will say, it's probably like an 80% chance that, and it depends on how all of the cards fall. I think Lonzo and Melo play for the first time January 8th in New Orleans. I might have to pull up on that game. That's a maybe, but me and some of the other folks who were a part of the JBA are talking about for sure pulling up on the game in North Carolina on the 9th. So it would be dope as hell if I could make both of those games back to back, the first home game plus the first Melo versus Zoe game in New Orleans. That would be crazy. My man Doyle Balthazar, Coach Doyle, is down there in New Orleans, so I might try to pull up on him and make that happen. So we'll see. If I do that, just know I'm bringing the vlog and all of that stuff with me, so it's gonna be lit. We seen so if that happens, it's gonna be lit, man, and I can't wait to get y'all that content. You feel me? So if y'all gonna be down there, or if you're in any one of them cities, you know what I'm saying, let me know and we'll have to link up. Word, I might have to hit the New Orleans one. Exactly. If you hit the New Orleans one, let me know, man. It's like a 60%. Nah, let me say that. There's a 20% chance I'll pull up at the New Orleans one, but there's about an 80% chance I'm gonna pull up over there in Charlotte to see that one go down for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be like the whole squad, and it will be in kind of in play at that time. I'm trying to see. I wonder if there's any Jello ball practice footage out. We done seen a decent amount of kind of LaMelo working out. I want to try to pull up some of that Jello Jello juice. Let me see. I wonder. I'm interested also to see how the media responds to Jello, as far as press conferences and things of that nature, right? Because typically, if you're a guy who is on a team and you are not, and you're not drafted, or you're the last guy on the bench who's fighting for the two-way contract, probably not going to get too many press conferences from you, right? But I think that when you got a guy like Jello Ball who might warrant that type of attention, so I'm interested to see how they play that out. I don't believe at this point I have seen any footage, especially of like post practice press conferences and all of that stuff. But I'm into it if it does happen. But let's see. I'm gonna pull up this video here. We got your boy
just
Lonzo.
Curious, have you got a chance to talk to Stan Van Gundy yet? And just kind of, what are your initial thoughts? Just getting a chat with him.
Yeah, I talked to him. I know he's happy to be here. He's definitely excited to get things going. I know his focus is on defense this year, so hopefully we come out and get a lot of stops and get on the break and do the thing I like to do on the court. But we get started on Sunday, so that's kind of day one of everything.
What's up, Lonzo? This is Will Giller with The Athletic. Obviously, this is a strange offseason, different from what we're all used to. But how important was it for you to have an offseason where you can work out fully on your body, on your game, unlike the past couple off seasons?
Yeah, I know this was, like you said, a different type of offseason, but for me, this is the longest offseason I've had. So, I was definitely happy to be able to get that time to work on my game and show what I can do this year.
I think that's a critical point in the history or in the story of Lonzo Ball. Is one of the reasons that folks tend to give him, let's say, like a pass for some of the play, starting some of the season slow, is that they realize the off seasons he has not been able to refine his game as much as he would have liked, right? And even in the times where he has been able to have a little bit of work, it's been like major reconstruction to his shot and some major elements to his game. So that's definitely with the injury has not had time to like really get comfortable in that. And so when you look at last season and like a all-star break before the bubble and all that stuff, he started getting hot from behind the arc, started really picking up his game a bit. Folks attribute that to, all right, so he was able to warm up and really get in rhythm with his shot. And if we had have seen that, if he would have had the opportunity to do that in the off season, it would have been another level. But what really hurt him was that time off in between the bubble, and that time off in between the bubble, like, I had him looking like he had regressed a decent amount of time. And I think that is interesting because folks will talk about that time in the bubble. And even like when you talk about how much off season you had, right? So you had a lot of guys who had that kind of like pandemic time, right? And to me and to most folks, you think like, well, shit, man, you got that time off. You should have been working on your game, right? However, I could see how a lot of these guys probably looked at that as like not a time to dig in and start training a lot harder, right? Because we don't know where the season is going. It's not the off season per se, but it's kind of a break. So I believe that a few of these guys in the NBA took that as a time to just kind of relax and heal up from the season, as opposed to like a guy like TJ Warren, who folks talk about during that break, he went bananas and kind of worked super hard and then came into the bubble looking like a damn all-star or whatever. So I do know that the way the bubble ended for Zoe, at that point, he kind of put his flag in the ground and say, you know what, everybody who's talking poorly on me right now, when next season starts, y'all gonna have to remember that you said that, because I'm gonna make you eat them words. And I will say that there is a look of confidence that I feel like you see on him and just talking about his game, and that we might not have seen before. And I believe that part of that confidence that we see is he's talking about his game. So in most cases, in times where we get Lonzo talking about his game, it's in reference to something that you might have gotten from LeVar. And so he's answering the question about, so this is what LeVar said. Can you tell us about this and where your game stand at on that, right? And now this is where I'm at. I feel like this. This is what I'm bringing to the table. So I feel like that onus that he has on for his own game at this point may be exactly what the doctor ordered for him to take the leap next season, right? Obviously, with the pressure of your little brother being in the league and the media and all of the comparisons and all of that stuff may fuel some sibling rivalry that may bring some elements out of his game, knock on glass and metal and all of that stuff. But I think that what we're going to see from him next year, hopefully, is special. Yeah, let's see. He's getting his family back together. Yeah. Zoe is getting the family back together, or Melo is getting the family back together. All right, let's keep going with this.
Hey, Lonzo, this is Shamit from Bourbon Street Shots. Have you had an opportunity to watch any Steven Adams film? He's really good at boxing out, creating rebounding opportunities for guys like you. Coach Stan Van Gundy said you're going to be running a lot in transition. What do you make of that fit?
I think it's a perfect fit. You know, he's probably the strongest guy in the league. He also has great touch as well, so I know I can hit him on the pocket pass. But everybody knows how big he is, how strong he is. Seems like a good guy, and I'm excited to get out there and start playing with him.
I think that's actually an interesting question, and one that I had not thought about with the addition of Steven Adams. We've seen that when in those seasons where Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple-double and all of that stuff. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, during the bubble, was getting his family back together. You're right. Or not the bubble, but during that pandemic time for sure. But back to that. So Steven Adams was a guy who allowed Russell Westbrook to damn near average 10 rebounds just basically off of Steven Adams' box outs alone. So I do like that ideal of a guy like Zoe, who is in charge of pushing the pace, having Steven Adams get the box out, letting him get the board and initiate the offense, right? I think that if a guy like Zion is in some super shape and can actually run the floor and be the like high flying prospect or player that we wanted to see him be, that situation will bode itself very well for Lonzo Ball statistics. When you talk about being a walking triple double, Steven Adams can box out and clear the lane in a space where you can get those boards in order to make that happen.
Christos, go ahead, please.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Alonso.
That's a fact.
I would like to ask you, how productive was the last season for you, and what are your expectations about next season?
One more time.
How productive was the last season for you?
I think the last season was a good learning lesson. I think it was full of ups and downs. I think it started off slow, and obviously, it started going well. Then it went back down the bubble, but it was my first year here. I'm happy to be here.
And what are your expectations for the upcoming season?
Definitely make the playoffs. Make the playoffs and then go from there.
Thank you.
I like that answer. Make the playoffs and go for there, because since the beginning of the time, since we met the Ball family, the one thing that they've preached over anything else is getting W's. It's not about the personal accolades as much as it is getting the wins. When LeVar talked about the reason why all his boys should be on the same team, is because you put all my boys on the same team, they're going to probably go undefeated like they did the last time. It's all about the W's.
Alonzo, it's Andrew from ESPN. For you, what was it like watching your brother get drafted and then your other brother getting signed to a deal in Detroit? What was it like you as the big brother to kind of watch those two, see their dreams kind of come true a little bit, I guess?
just proud of them. I've been with them the whole way since we was kids. Always been together, been very close. So to see them make it, and we all made it different ways. That's the beauty of it. But all, go our own path and then meet up at the end. It's a great thing to see.
Here's one thing I will say is that I wish that a lot of these guys, like these moments here, right? Obviously, it's the media, and you want to, you know what I mean, answer their questions in a way that they can't take what you're saying, twist it, and turn it into some BS. But like, this is also an opportunity to like show some character, right? To smile a bit, to be happy, to like get the fans on your side, right? If you ever watch those games you play that like NBA 2K and you do the press conference after it's over, and they give you a different answers that you can choose, and you can choose one that is strictly kind of basketball related, but once the screen is over, you see your fans go up and down based on your interactions in those things, right? So I think that a lot of these dudes got to find a way to entertain while also being media trained, you know what I'm saying? While also not giving the media the spin, And I think that this question to me was one of the questions that if at any point in this press conference you was going to crack a smile and like show some personality, it's the question about your brothers making it to the NBA and them kind of and them being along that journey and following in your footsteps. That's the question where I wanted to see Zoe be like, wow, man, my mind's blown. This is a big deal. My whole family, and just really give us that personality, because that's the type of stuff that I think that when you start selling your own brand, the Apollo Zoes and all of this stuff, that also helps you get over the edge when those things come into play. You know what I mean? As being personable, being likable, especially this when you got a 9-minute video here on ESPN, and you want to make that happen. What's up, though? We got my man Fahara in the building. What's up, my guy?
How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I'm sitting here going through some of these press conferences. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing is I'm decoding a lot of this information, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of hidden things in here, and so I want to break that down a bit, man. But how you doing? Is that no? I thought that was a Hornet shirt. That say I'm better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a mixtape single I did. One of my shirts and one of my mixtape singles did pretty good. So yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Man, what's up with you though, man? How you feeling about everything that's just transpired as of late? My man LaMelo had his first practice. Obviously, I believe we talked about the Jello stuff though that one night. I think that the initial hype was like, oh, it's a 1-year non-guaranteed. They followed up with some more details on what that. I think that for most folks, when you seen that he made it to the league, we all kind of assumed that like that was the situation anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your opportunity. You got to make the team through training camp and all of that stuff. But so we'll see. But I think that where everybody's at right now is in a good place, man. But what are your thoughts on the whole kind of status quo of the situation?
The thing is, you just not. I don't care how connected you are. You know what I'm saying, to sports and to these people and their people. To Jello in particular, we talking about Jello, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For Jello in particular, he had to make his way to even be seen by the G League. That's not an easy job to get in the G League. A lot of people don't take that into consideration. That he was just in the G League. He just got sent to the G League. I'm like, but y'all don't understand that that's not an easy thing to do. Get to the G League is that's the next step up from the biggest basketball organization ever. The NBA is the number one all over the world. All players play all over the world to get to the NBA. So for him to make it to the G League, that's a part of the NBA. That's the NBA organization. So for him to get there, that means that he had to go in and do his thing to impress these people, right? Because he was undrafted. So now he make it not even play a game in the G League and make it to where he is now with the Detroit Pistons. And then they want to say it was JJ helped him out. JJ's can't tell them people to pay him. I'm sorry, JJ can ask them to come down and look at him, but they have to make those decisions in their office to come down there and even think about putting him on the team. I don't care what kind of contract it is. It's a contract with the NBA seal on it. JJ can do all the talking in the world, but they're being their owner. They own that team. They have to like something about him to even give him a shot. So to me, from him to go from the Lithuania to the JBA to the G League and not play a game to the NBA, it's something that's really impressive of me. You know what I'm saying? To me, for him not to play a game in the NBA, I mean, a game in the G League and make it to an NBA roster, that's more than amazing to me. Shouts out to Facts too.
Facts, my man FYL Sports in the building. They had blocked his comment though, so I can't put it on screen. But no, I think that's a fact of what you're saying is like people have to respect that journey, and I think that it is a big deal for the type of contract that he's on, right? Because he's in position to not just be in the G League, but to be a two-way player in the G League, which is a different level of like, I'm in the G League, you know what I mean? So like you could go get a tryout right now and you could play good enough to be on a G League team, but you will never actually even potentially see the facility at the NBA squad. You know what I'm saying? He is on that. He has the opportunity to kind of be like a Caruso, Alex Caruso, who teeter-totter between South Bay and then the Lakers. And then last year we see him in the finals playing major minutes. You know what I'm saying? The Thomas Bryant, who same thing, played G League two-way contract with the Lakers and then ended up in playing major minutes in Washington. Zubox, you know what I'm saying? So his deal and where he's at right now is not just like, oh, you just so happen to just get a G League squad roster. You know what I'm saying? Man, is there some Jello looking good in the training camp video? Man, I was trying to find some of the video from the training camp. Man, I could not find it. Let me look it up again.
I actually seen it, man. He actually did really look good, and Melo looked good as well, man. And Melo is really impressing them people over there in Charlotte, man.
You know what? And probably it's ball facts. You know, he got the inside scoop on the Jello video, so that's probably why he got. Okay. I think I found
Jumpman
him.
Mob. I'm back with another banger.
All right. Let me see. Okay, yeah. I think I stumbled across some clips here, but it's something light. Let me see. It's something light. Let me see if I can pull up some of this Jello action. All right. Oh. All right. Let's see. There go my man Jello in the corner. You seen him in the cut, chilling? D Rose. All right. Left handy. Trying to see, man. My man on the court. That's Jello with the braids. Yeah,
that's a braids.
There he is. Yeah, all right. I do look good. Now he's standing around there, but he look good. Well, look athletic. I feel like he lost some weight too.
Yeah, he lost some weight. He toned up, man. You can tell in his arms.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Cut down the baseline. I see you working the drill. I want to see him get a shot up though. I feel like that's the thing that everybody want to see him kill at is knock down the open shots. There he is. Okay, nice pass.
See, that's the thing, man. It's like just by watching that video and him actually practicing not with just practice team players. You see Derrick Rose, you see starters that's practicing with him. Just to make it that far, how can you still hate? You see what I'm saying? Like I don't get it, man. It's just like saying that I gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? You got a Maybach and I just got the S class. They were like, well, you ain't balling, you ain't got no Maybach. I got the next thing level.
Yeah, it's a G-Wagon. Yeah.
Man, I still spent 150,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel, man. You got to be a real hater, like a real hater. You know what I'm saying? To not appreciate this.
I would say, and maybe I haven't been looking for it, so I haven't seen it. But I think that when they first announced it, that he had got the shot, I really haven't seen much Jello slander since, you know what I mean? Like, obviously on draft night, they were coming at him, but since they talked about him going to Detroit, I haven't seen much Jello hate. You know what I mean? Even when they tried to say like, oh, well, it's not guaranteed, like all of that stuff, you know what I mean? That normally I feel like folks would nitpick. I haven't necessarily seen a lot of that Jello hate. I even think that I'm not sure. I think I didn't see this, but I mentioned it in our Instagram chat is I know DKM put a video out where he kind of like cleared up a bit the contract stuff, and he talked about in our little chat that folks was coming at his neck. You know what I'm saying? For even bringing all of that information up, like it was like it was crucial information, or like folks should have even cared about it in the first place. You know, so I think that from what I'm seeing, and I know in our last live I talked about, is LeVar going to get his flowers, and I feel like from what I'm seeing as of now, is that my man LeVar has been getting the adequate amount of flowers from everybody. Is like, yo, he done did something, you know what I mean? Obviously, they got to downplay it a little bit, or I say qualify some of the stuff a little bit, where they throw in like the Holiday brothers, three brothers, you know what I mean? It's a bit different what he's done. Ballfax has seen tons of hate. And like I said, I probably just ain't been looking for the hate. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's such a dope thing. So I ain't even been in the spots where the hate is. What I see though is I see a lot of gearing up for hate, especially with LaMelo. Is folks starting to like like create their narrative now. So then like if he come into the league and have a few turnovers, they can say, see, I told you that he had turnovers, you know what I'm saying? Even though they like, it's a possibility that, you know, they're not saying, they're not making that prediction. They kind of guesstimating that could happen if he have a bad, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like mainstream media, it's not a lot of hate there. It's not a lot of hate there because now you got to hop on board. Everything that you said, now you got to bite your tongue. Everything you said about LeVar, everything you said about the boys, all of them have to be performing at a high level to be recognized by the NBA at all. Now the hate is out there. The thing is, the hate is not it's not the normal hate that we normally see through big media. It's the people like us. You know what I'm saying? It's the people like the people just on YouTube, or the people just on Facebook, or the people on Twitter. That's where the hate coming from, like majority of it. So for Ballfax and DKM to get hate on what they're doing, it has to come from a space where it had to come from the space of a person that didn't want you to succeed anyway.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you see, this is one thing about haters, you know, when they want something to happen and it happened, they praise they hate. They still a hater. But if something happened they don't want it to happen, they give it more energy because that's their lane. They're staying in their lane. That's why sometimes we got to thank our haters. We got to appreciate them because the Ball family probably wouldn't be as big as it was if people didn't hate on LeVar so much.
Yeah.
So I think it's a gift and a curse. But big shouts out to Ballfax, and big shouts out to DKM for putting the information out there, because DKM, I didn't necessarily see it as hate. I just seen it as clearing it up as what's really there. But me personally, I care enough to know the contract. I do care enough to know the contract. But then again, I'm so excited right now. I want to bask in this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll figure out, you know what I'm saying, the details later. I just want to be happy right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let me show. So this is what I'm saying. Like, for as much hate as I feel like there's some hate. What's up, my man Snell? I feel like there's some hate, but I went to my man Ball Facts video here where he talked about the shoes dropping for $2,000. And I feel like typically this is the type of video that folks gonna run to hate on. You know what I'm saying? Damn, y'all dropping $2,000 on some shoes. Let me hate. And I'm looking through here, man. And as much people love to hate, man. I rock with Jello, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a lot of hate. These shoes fresh, unless he probably clean it up. That's sure a piece of history. Like, I think that where they're at now is that there's more people who have come to terms with like the trajectory of their story and like their impact on the culture to where like boy playing, see what he got. Man, play on either way. These bulls are low key fuego. You know what I'm saying? I need some G3 in my life. The love is there. It's probably some hate, but it's probably more love at this point than anything, which is crazy to me. They actually look fire. If they was $100, you know what I mean? They already ready to cop the shoes.
But like I said, I don't like the shoes. I don't think there was. I can see somebody hating on it because of the price. It's a cool project. Like the shoe is actually a cool. Both of them, the ZO2 and the G3. I think the hate is more so toward him being in the NBA and us taking it. It's like they telling people like us that we taking it too far. You're taking it too far. Like, he ain't in the NBA. He got to work his way up. But who ain't got to work that way up? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they got to understand, like, even you got to think about it. You got to perform. The last person on the bench, you know what I'm saying, of any NBA team would swerve you on the playground. I mean, take you apart. These are professionals. So for me to see people looking at him as a professional basketball player outside of Lithuania, outside his pop league, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's a really big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, love to hate.
Definitely. But no, you're right though. It's a big thing for sure. And I think that he deserves to be applauded. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like draft night. You know what I'm saying? Where I wanted to see Melo go 1. You know what I'm saying? But your boy Edwards, I can't even remember his name, man. That's how Anthony Edwards. He ended up going 1. The other boy James Wiseman went 2 or whatnot. And like, I thought that I would be disappointed that my dog Melo didn't go 1. But the truth of the matter is, for them, I'm just like happy that these young bulls is making their dreams come true. So when it come to Jello, I don't see how you could find the hate when you know his story. And you know, if you looked at the shit that was going on just draft night alone, when people was calling him and slandering his name, like, you should just be hyped for him just off the simple fact that everybody who was going in on draft night got to go ahead and delete some tweets right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what it says. I agree. Since Melo went to Australia, the Ball family has gained a lot more respect. In my opinion, people realize yes, talented people are going to start loving Jello soon too when he starts to ball out. I see. This is the thing that I agree with that, but I feel like that is one of the biggest problems that I think that we have as a society. You know what I'm saying? Is that when I was telling people that LaMelo was a dog, just based off what he was doing in the JBA, folks is like, but I don't know, man. It's his dad league, man. Right? However, in the same society, at the same time all of that was going on, we looking at these other leagues and folks is like taking knees. They like, damn, they silencing us. They doing Diddy trying to buy a team. They won't let Diddy buy a team. All of these folks coming out talking, criticizing these different leagues. And then he forget the number one pick, man. Yeah, man, that's because who is it? You know what I'm saying? We forgot them. But so it's just like one of these things where I feel like society, we be begging for, especially in 2020, we see it come to a head. Black on this, black on that. Then when folks do it, then we say, but it ain't that thing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the thing that these folks put together. And if you go do it in what they put together, then we give it some credence. But because you all did it, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got the same value. Right. Whereas if we all would have come together and understood, especially with the JBA, who these young dudes was and what they was trying to accomplish, then like you wouldn't even have to compare the two, because we would be uplifting that to a place where, you know what I mean? Like society would have to respect it. But it's just like the same shit with the Oscars and the BET Awards. Don't nobody want a BET Award. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want a Soul Train Award. They want an Oscar. Then you go mess with the Oscars, and then you got to deal with folks being like, man, the Oscars so white, though. They don't understand the culture. But you ain't real until you make it over there. You can make it amongst us all day and night, and folks don't even care until you go make it over there. You know what I'm saying? He got to go all the way to Australia to be validated when you got a whole thing happening here with kids and folks who you claim that you care about and all of this stuff, and they matter. But then you got to go all the way to Australia to kind of get your you got to go all the way to Lithuania. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. But that's the way our culture is, and and that sucks, but that's the reality. Just like somebody like just wearing freaking Ralph Lauren and somebody just wearing an independent brand. It's like Ralph Lauren shirt $100, this shirt $20. They be like, well, you act like your shirt $20. You act like your shirt, you act like you got some Ralph Laurens. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm right in front of you. Like, you can't shake Ralph Lauren hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. He's not gonna say, bro, I appreciate you for buying my stuff once it's done. Like, that's how I am in everyday life. So that's just our culture of people, and it sucks, but that's the reality that you gotta go to Australia, you gotta go to Lithuania, or you gotta, you know what I'm saying, this and that, man. It's like, appreciate what's in your face. He gave, like, the JBA was in our face. It was of culture. It was our culture. It was based around basketball. You could tell the players it was based around hip hop. The jerseys was based around culture. The CEO and the owner based around culture. And they don't see it like that because it's not the NBA.
Yeah. And two, it's like I will say that it's like FUBU, for us, by us. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, it had these elements, hip hop and all of that stuff that is really in the culture, but it's just like the folks who are going to benefit the most from that are the folks who needed it the most. You know what I'm saying? Like the opportunity that was created from that whole thing was for kids who and I would say that it definitely, the narrative behind it changed a few different times, right? And it went from we trying to get the best of the best, you know what I'm saying, or to like, obviously we giving these kids an opportunity who probably didn't have an opportunity, you know? And then as it started picking up, kids who like were really, really talented decided that, you know what, man, this actually might be a better shot than what I was going to get at any other time, you know? So they kind of did that whole thing. But what I say that to say, man, when I look at the backstory for a lot of those guys who was in the JBA, their backstory was one that was like, you are persevering. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving up. You know what I'm saying? When your brother locked up, you know what I'm saying? Father, parent passed away. Like, in one system, out the system did you wrong. They done made you ineligible because of some BS. You know what I mean? Just kids who was done wrong. And that's the thing too, man. And honestly, I always talk about this when I talk about, even when I started talking about this ball family and all that stuff in general. It's because a lot of the hurdles and things that I seen them kind of going over were hurdles that I was seeing like regular kids have to deal with and overcome. When you look at Jello and him stealing something and then leaving UCLA, how many times has that happened to a normal ass kid? And he got to try to overcome the circumstances without all the resources of Rock Nation and all of these other people. You know what I mean? And you look at Melo leaving school, getting into it with the coach, his dad. You know what I mean? Like, you see that all of the time, and folks don't have those same resources or opportunities that they have. So I always say this, that my biggest thing is that if you're looking at a guy who driving a Lamborghini and something happened to him in high school, and all of a sudden the narrative is that his life is over, then what are you saying about the kid who, you know what I'm saying, working at Taco Bell, catching the bus, and now he out of high school? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he was dead before he started. You know what I'm saying? So I think that their whole bit of success deserves to be uplifted in the sense that, like, it speaks to me, it's not like one of these situations where like LeVar is Scottie Pippen, or, you know what I'm saying, some NBA guy who ended up with having all his 3 boys in the league and they come from all of this money. You know what I'm saying? He's just a regular ass dude who put the time in, who worked with his kids and kind of built them up to that. And then when in the video I just watched where LaMelo is talking about, he's talking about where his work ethic comes from. He says that, well, it's just something that my dad instilled in me when I was 5, when I first picked up a ball, 2 when I first, you know what I'm saying? So it just really speaks to the intentionality and like what you can accomplish if you invest in your kids. And then if you really listen to their whole story, it speaks to like what you should get when you invest in the community. You know what I'm saying? And I think that where we dropped the ball as a national community is that once they took it to a level where at first he invested in his kids, then he invested in the Chino Hills community, and then he took the opportunity to invest in like the communities nationally.
Yeah.
We ain't come with all the bags and support, you know what I'm saying? And then that ended up like stopping a lot of the things that they had moving that was going to impact, you know what I'm saying, a lot of kids. But
yeah, I mean, when I look at what LeVar has done for his boys, and because the thing is, he was training all those kids on the Chino Hill team. You know what I'm saying? That year when they won the championship and all that stuff, and he was training all of them. And look where they are now. 5 of them are in the NBA. So to me, 5 of his boys in the NBA. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he had a big part of that Chino Hill team. And like when they went in practice, they was running those hills with Jello, Melo, and Lonzo. So
which other boys is in there? Because I know the Big O, obviously the 3 Ball brothers, but who's the 5th one?
I thought the dude that started with them at Chino Hills,
Eli.
That's his name?
Eli Scott.
Okay.
I think he's still. I think so. That's the one. He was. Yeah, he's still in college. He got another year left. Yeah.
Okay, well, I believe he got a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like, so put like this. Take the JBA out of it because he didn't coach them. He didn't coach all of them. You know what I'm saying? He was the CEO of the organization, and that's how it went. But compared to what he's done in the past with the guys he's worked with personally, that actually went to college and did their thing, I think he done a good job. I honestly think he done a good job. I mean, to have his 3 boys in the NBA and others, you know what I'm saying, that he worked around or worked with. I mean, I can see that. I can see that as a win. And the thing is, I believe I'm saying this out of all honesty. I believe if this was another culture of person and another culture doing the same thing, and that's why I'm glad what Shannon Sharp said, what he said, man. You know,
what he said?
he said if you look at the Payton brothers, you know what I'm saying? How they praise they daddy for doing all that stuff with them, and he got his boys in NFL. We need to give that same energy to LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
I think, man, here's to your point, bro, is when folks do bring up the Holiday brothers, we can say like that's a prime example of you don't really like they deserve their dad. I don't even know his their dad first name. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know their dad first name to even to like give him his full credit. But like nobody really talks about how dope that is that you got three brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool. They take the picture and they speak on that, whatever. But like that's a storyline that folks could really be champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got three guys, you know what I'm saying, who made it and play in that. The Giannis Antetokounmpos, he got the three, you know what I mean? Like folks talk about it, but they don't really grasp how dope that is. And I think that if those people got their proper just due, then it would be easier to put in context how crazy what LeVar has done is when you got two boys in the top 3 in the NBA draft. Like
that's different.
That's different. That's dope. You got some guys on the squad, they playing, but you got 2 in the top 3 and you are not MJ. You know what I'm saying? So like Michael Jordan, if Mike Jordan kids would have came and been top 3 in the draft, would have been like, yo, this shit makes sense. Yeah. All right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're a super hooper. Your kids super hoopers and all of that stuff. You know, it just genetics. But you got a guy like LeVar who was it's just like I said, just a normal dude. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously he has shown that he got like the kind of genetic makeup. He talk about his choosing of his wife and all of the intentionalness of that created these hoopers and these boys the way that they, you know what I mean, in the situation that they in. But like to me, man, it is if you can't see that story and then feel like damn near anything might be possible, then like you missing the opportunity for motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean the greatness is before us. Even if everybody felt like he did it the wrong way, something was done right. Something was done right. I mean, even if they say, "Yo, he was a bad father. He should have did that. He shouldn't have took them boys out of school." It worked. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because you can say what it is all day and what should have happened and what shouldn't happen. But when the facts in your face, these are facts. So we can say all day that Jello, he a two-way player like Taco Fall. You know what I'm saying? He a two-way player, you know, blah, this and that. But he in the NBA. Did you see him just practicing with the team? That's a fact. You can say, well, he should have did the G League first, or he not good enough or not. He practicing. He's standing next to Rose. They are practicing. He is in the NBA. Just give him his flowers, man. Like he had to me. I feel like physically he didn't work the hardest, but mentally he worked the hardest because he had a harder lane to the NBA. To me, but we got, like I said, we said in live before. If he don't steal these glasses, over half of this stuff don't happen. You know what I'm saying? The JBA don't happen. The lives that has been changed from the JBA don't happen. You see what I'm saying? AB the hero. Honestly, don't go to the JBA, go overseas, it don't happen. You see what I'm saying? So everything lined up how it's supposed to be, even if we don't like the situation and we don't like how it added up to be. It happened like it's supposed to. His boys did the work. You know what I'm saying? They didn't necessarily just get Lonzo because the Lakers didn't get necessarily Lonzo because LeVar said get him. No, Lonzo did something to show it that he should have went number 2. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wanted Melo to go number 1, no doubt.
Yeah,
but I
did too.
I was like, but by me being a Bulls fan, I was like, I don't want him to go as low as number 4. But man,
Yeah.
Man, if we could get them in some kind of way, man, let's get them, man. But I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them guys, man. They did their thing, and they just been awarded for it, man.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact, man. They put in the work, man. They put in the work. And I think that, like you were saying, like some of those decisions that they made, folks question it. But I think that folks question it because they believe that you're supposed to do it because you don't actually have the power or agency over your own life like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you pull your kid out of high school, they feel like that's stupid because there's no other way to make it happen outside of like following the structure or the system that these other people put in place. You know what I'm saying? If you go to UCLA and you leave, then they tell you that like that's a bad idea because the way that they laid the groundwork and the GPS is laid out to get you from point A to point B, you got to do it the way that they said do it, or they could close the door on you. So I think that like, to me, and this is something I've been saying this for a long time as well, is that the biggest thing that I feel like you get out of this whole thing with them is that, yo, legitimately, you could make your own rules. Legit, they rewrote the book of how you get to the NBA multiple times. You could do it the right way and go McDonald's All-American, go play in the damn March Madness and ball out and all of that, and you can get to the league. You could literally drop out of high school as in your sophomore season, junior year, you know what I mean, and go make it happen in so many different other ways, and like you can get back to the league if you have the talent, if you have the perseverance to do that. It's so crazy to me, bro, when you think about the fact that these folks start their own basketball league, and folks will say this and they think that it's a knock, and they'll say, yeah, but he only started that league because he wanted to give his boys a shot. Do you know how crazy and how dope that is? If I want to give my boys a shot, you know what, bro? I'm going to just start my own league. They told me they had to go to college, but I'm going to just start my own league because I want to give my boys a shot. That's bananas.
Yeah.
Who thinks that you could do that and actually does it and then pours it off and then your boys get a shot? Because I will tell you this, bro. You'd be crazy to think that these teams like in the NBL and these other overseas teams didn't respect that JBA thing. So over here, because our culture say that we must hate and all of that stuff, I'm telling you that when them boys pulled up on the CSKA Moscows, you know what I'm saying, St. Petersburg squads and these teams and beat them folks in Europe said, that's not a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boys in Macedonia not letting you come to Macedonia and run them for the reality show. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was fighting in Lithuania because they're not finna let you come to Lithuania and run them for a reality show. You know what I'm saying? Like, so over here, we have the hurdle and we put the blockers on and want to hate and be like, yo, it ain't real, it ain't real. But I'm telling you that everybody over there checked in and put calls in and say, you know what, bro, what's going on here? And I will tell you this, while we were over in Europe, there were teams who, when they initially tried to schedule them, they was like, man, I don't know, bro, this might not be it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're a real ball club over here. And when they seen the drama that they was giving to these other squads, it was like, no, actually, yo, we want to get you. How can we sign y'all up? You know what I'm saying? We ended up in Russia on something like on where, let me say, like, all right, let me push this down here because I'm gonna say this real fast and I'm gonna play this video I got here. I actually need to download that and probably re-upload that boy for the culture. But this is how serious it is. You know what I'm saying? In order to get into Russia, my guy, you gotta submit. What do they call that? You obviously you need a passport, but you gotta get a visa, not a visa. A visa, right? So you got your passport, and then like if you want to come over here, you need to get a working visa or whatever, right? You have to get a visa explaining why you want to fly into Russia. You know what I'm saying? And then so what they will do though is they'll allow you to get that visa if you're a sports team, if you working and you're doing woo-woo. But what you have to do is before you apply to get into the country, you have to do that from your home country. And you got to take that to the embassy. And it's the hurdles that you got to jump over before you get there, right? We was in Lithuania filling out paperwork and submitting it via the fax. That's not how the process works. That's just like, yo, we want y'all to come over here. We're going to pull strings, then we're going to make it happen because that's how bad we want to get this done because we take it that serious. And I will tell you this, I got a video on the channel, I believe. I think it's on the channel where I'm talking to the folks in Russia and they like, yo, we really know that we're going to wax y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just really want to show how dope we is. And that's really why we brought y'all over here. You know what I'm saying? Because we see what y'all doing to them. We just want to let y'all know that it ain't going to happen. And then we go over there and beat them boys.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, bro. It's not a game, man. And it's sad that our folks here couldn't have respected the process and respected what was happening the way that they should have, because it would still be going on right now. It'd be a whole nother lane happening right now for young prospects to make their dreams come true the same way that LaMelo Ball is doing it right now. And it won't happen because when it was in your face, folks said it wasn't real.
Yeah, I mean, that's the culture. If I'm telling you, if another culture would have been like the CEO of that league, it would have been totally different. It was because who it was. That's why they didn't give it respect, because they didn't respect LeVar Ball. They weren't thinking about those guys playing on their basketball court. They weren't thinking about them and how LeVar Ball changed their lives and took them all overseas, and guys that was good enough to play in college but didn't have the money, that didn't get the scholarship. They don't see all of that, man. Like when I look at the JBA, man, it's like I'm so amazed by this. I'm so excited for the next game because I'm not just looking at the game I love. I'm looking at all these cats that's from the hood that didn't have nothing before they hopped on their bus. You know what I'm saying? To go to these different cities through the JBA and things like that, man. They don't take that in consideration because that's not their job. Their job is to find the problem. You know what I'm saying? And as long as they successful at finding the problem, hey, they're doing their job. They getting the ratings. They getting all this stuff. So it's like we got to get to the point where we are appreciating this stuff. Like me and you, we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. But what if put it like this, what if Jay-Z was to say that I'm going to bag the JBA? Everybody would take it totally different. That's even, man, I can go so far with it. But long story short, if it was somebody else doing it other than LeVar Ball, say if it was JJ, you know what I'm saying? Say if it was JJ in Detroit starting the league, he's loved by everybody. You see what I'm saying? But say if it was him starting the league, even though he of culture, he wouldn't have got as much hate as LeVar Ball.
Yeah, but you know, here's the gift and the curse, right? And this is the reality too that I'll say. It's something that I realized is like another thing that folks don't really give the JBA credit for is the fact that not most people, but a lot of people actually know it. You know what I'm saying? So like there are leagues that people start up, you know what I mean, around the country with the same intention, almost, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily targeted prospects for, you know what I'm saying, college like the JBA did, but they target guys who are trying to extend their pro career, right? And they legitimate businessmen and folks who probably got some cachet, but people don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no show to it. There's nothing. And so the thing that made this JBA thing probably almost a once in a lifetime opportunity is that like a dude like LeVar was the head of it, right? And I wish that folks like Jay-Z and these other folks would have realized that like, yo, this is actually our opportunity to make this happen. because on every other level that folks have tried to do that, they got the ABA, they got all these other dudes, and I know some. They got the I want to say they got a thing right now. It's called the basketball league. That is teams popping up, but most folks ain't never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? And so like if the culture had have gotten behind that, it had enough traction that it could have legitimately changed it in a way that, let's say my dog JJ, if he would have started something, it could have been something small, but folks wouldn't have been like, yo, man, JJ starting the league. You know what I mean? It would have been, they probably would have took it serious or whatnot, but like the average consumer would not have cared that much unless it would have been some kind of amazing storyline with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so like it is one of those shits where it's like I wish that in the moment folks would have really understood the leverage that they had to kind of really change. So folks talk about the LeVar Ball rules and how that changed college basketball and all of these other things and the NBA and the G League and all of that stuff. That was happening because those people seen what was going on and they were doing a good job of trying to convince the average consumer that it wasn't that it really wasn't what they were presenting it to be. And it's so crazy that like the same thing, like my man said earlier, LaMelo had to go overseas to kind of get the validation and the clout, and that it took like damn near the JBA to go overseas and play these different teams to get the same level of clout that they should have been getting here from like real life critics. I listen to people be like, man, I ain't watched LaMelo Ball play in years. Or they'll talk about how the first time they see him play was when he was in Australia since he left Chino Hills. And I'm like, my dog been hooping been playing a lot of basketball. Like it's kind of crazy if that's the last time you seen him hoop. And I don't know, man. It's a moment, man, that I hope that we haven't missed. That to like really change the culture of basketball, you know what I'm saying, and sports in general. Hopefully we can get something like that going again. But like that was a big moment.
Yeah, there was, man. The thing is, I think that if we never get that again, I can see a lot of players of our culture that didn't make the NBA, that now they know that they got a chance. They still got a chance to even just going overseas. And you do got some of those cats that's cold, man. That's cold and didn't finish high school. So they just on the basketball court. They just playground legends. Now the playground, the up and coming playground legends that didn't finish school, now they know that it's another way. If I connect myself with the right people, give me a good manager that can scout me overseas, get in the gym, get some video, get over there. So it's opened up a lot of doors. You know what I'm saying? Like I took my son out of school in elementary. You see what I'm saying? I've been homeschooling my son through Fahar University for 3 years now. Now my son is going to graduate at 15 years old. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You hold on. You say Fahar University, bro. You got hold on, man. You got a little bit of everything, bro.
Yeah, I signed up, got my own homeschool and everything. My son, he goes to school through. The only reason my little girl didn't do it because she wanted to graduate with her friends. So she graduated high school with her friends this year. But yeah. So now he graduated in June. The year he turned 16, and he turned 16 in July. Now, my whole family got on me. Like, well, I ain't gonna say my whole family. A lot of people got on me. Why you taking him out of school? Why you so-and-so? Because I don't agree with it. Just like LaVar. He was like, LaVar didn't agree with it because he said they're not gonna use science. They're not gonna use this stuff. They're not gonna ever use it again.
Yep.
I took mine out because they teach the stuff that's unreal to my culture. I want to teach him what I want. I want the people to teach him of the culture that understand, so he can understand where he's from, what it's about, and where he got to grow up being a black person, a black man in America.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, even when LaVar did that, I didn't have a problem with it because my kid had already been out of school. I had already made that decision that I didn't want him to go that route. So for him to pull them out of high school, take them to Lithuania, them his kids. He can do whatever he want to do.
and it worked out. And what does the title mean? And I think that what you said, man, is right, spot on. And that's what I was saying earlier. You just said it. He could do whatever he want to do. And the reason why folks don't want you to do that is because they think that you can't do whatever you want to do. They think that the shit is structured and set up for you to follow a certain kind of like system. And if you don't follow that system, then you obviously are going to fail. But what people don't realize is that the people who end up being the most successful is the folks who end up doing their own thing anyway. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the damn Jeff Bezoses and the Zuckerbergers and the folks who none of them can sit down and say, bro, all you got to do is follow the same thing that a million other people did and you're going to get to where I'm at. Nah, you got to take some risks. You got to do some shit that ain't nobody else ever did before. And that's how you kind of end up in a situation. That's why you got to do like LeVar Ball, who got 2 kids in the top 3 of the draft, because he was doing some shit that other folks ain't really did yet. You know what I'm saying? Willing to take the risk. I'm gonna pull you out of school. I'm gonna do this because I can already see that they are putting you in a situation that you probably won't be able to win and maximize your opportunity in. It's the same thing, and I would tell you this, folks. Hornets making it in the second round. I'd love to see that. I hate to bring these two up together because I know that some folks like they I feel like they try to make them into rivals, but I don't think they are. What's the kid? The Julian Newman kid.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that is his whole whatever he is, brand or whatever, is like a validation to me that like the strategy that LeVar had could work for damn near anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like work ethics, instill that work ethic. You want to be a hooper? We're going to hoop every day. We're going to get you as best as we can get you. And then we're going to build a brand and some notoriety around you. The Julian Newman kid is nowhere near as talented as LaMelo Ball. Physical attributes, just raw basketball skill, whatnot, whatever. But he has amassed his brand to a place where he can professionally play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even just mean like be on a team getting a check, but I mean like as a personality, he is in a place where he can leverage his skill set on the basketball court to make money in a way that is the dream for most people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he don't even have the talent and ability. So when folks would be like, LeVar made it happen because he had these boys who were really good and talented, and then you compare that to a Julian Newman and his sister and what they have been able to accomplish on a, albeit a smaller scale, I would believe. It speaks to the fact that like damn near anybody can do it, man. You just got a basic core principles. You got a ownership, and then the whole ideal of like, yo, you really got to work for this. You can't be wavering and trying to be 6 or 7 different things. You got to really go at them.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, everybody. To me, I don't believe that everybody should do everything the same, and I don't think everybody should think the same. I think everybody should have their own opinions about everything. Now, where the problem lies is what I'm doing is a problem to you.
Mm-hmm.
What LeVar Ball doing is not a problem to anybody else on earth. Nobody didn't lose their job because he took them out of school. You know what I'm saying? Nobody didn't lose their house, so now you're just in my business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I heard a lot of times, especially like been doing entertainment. If you want to be an entertainer, you allowing people into your life. That's not necessarily true.
That's not
you
true
know what
at
I'm
all.
saying?
Yep.
Because it's actors out there that's private as crap. They don't come out their house, but guess what? People always in front of their gate. People always trying to get to their doors. People always in their driveway, wait for them to come outside to check their mail. You know what I'm saying? They didn't ask for their life. Success. They said, but the thing is, certain things that come with success, and it's one of them. The hate. The hate comes with success. So I applaud everything Yeah, I love the fact that it wasn't the traditional route. Now, it would have been a storybook finish if all of them went to Chino Hills, all of them went to UCLA, all of them got drafted, you know what I'm saying, top 5 or however, and all of them went
Yeah.
to the NBA. That's a storybook finish. But
Yeah.
the thing is that their situation is so unique. It draws me to it more because
Yeah.
it's not the regular way of doing things. It's not
Uh-huh.
the like that's put it like this: if neither one of them ever made it to the NBA, they could make money just off their life story, just with the
Yeah.
TV show, just with the followers online, just playing pickup ball in their backyard.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the fact that I honestly wish that Melo would have stayed independent and did his own brand instead of signing it with Puma and having full
Uh-huh.
ownership. I really wish that would have happened. What would have been dope to me is all three of them, even if they left Big Baller brand, would have designed their own things. Which Melo still, I guess he's still doing it, but I don't know how his
Yeah.
contract is with Puma because they don't make sense for him to have a deal with Puma and a clothing brand. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering, is Puma is just his tennis? I think is it just a tennis shoe contract?
That's what I'm saying. I believe that's what it is. Because I think that the numbers that folks said that his contract was doesn't make sense for it to be just a tennis shoe contract. However, whenever like folks like myself was critical of the rollout that Puma had for LaMelo, it makes sense now that there's some some wiggle room or some leeway for him to do these other things, because I was saying this from the way that they rolled his whole like you coming to Puma out is that they don't seem like to really be invested in him as like the star. You know what I'm saying? And so if part of the deal is you really gonna just we're paying for you to wear our shoes on court and show up at like little training camps or whatever and do that, and that's kind of pretty much it, then I could see how they didn't do the whole rollout to just help excel his brand so much. Or I could see how really what they were trying to do is leverage their Puma Hoops brand off of his already established following and not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I believe that typically when these dudes sign, how a shoe company like convinces you like a Michael Jordan or somebody else to come sign a Kobe is like, yo, man, you come sign with us, we gonna blow you up. You know what I'm saying? You're a boxing promoter. We're gonna make sure everybody want to see a fight. We're gonna do this. And I think that LaMelo Ball stuff is kind of got flipped the other way around, where they was like, yo, bro, basically what we're gonna do is pay you for the clout that you already have, and we're gonna try to leverage our brand and bring it back off of that.
So, like a business move, I don't understand why you get a player like you sign a player that has more media following than you. I mean, Melo is he's on a basketball team where he got more followers on Instagram than the basketball team.
Exactly.
So like that in the long, you know what I'm saying? Like that will make me want to keep you around. That'll make me want to throw that whole bag at you. That will make me want to pull out the red carpet. You'd have your own shoe the first game because I was talking to Sports Inside Angle. If he would have stayed with Big Baller Brand and got drafted number 3 in the draft, Big Baller Brand would have took this to a whole nother level, way more than Puma was doing. Doing this and that. I can see why. I can see why in the future if people say Big Baller Brand, I got my stuff late. Because that's how much sales they would have got. That's how much revenue they would have been bringing in. But even when I heard something about Melo's logo too. I heard that he actually owns that logo. Now I don't know for sure. I heard that he actually owned the logo, and he's like basically letting Puma licenses out to Puma to use it.
Yeah,
so have
100%.
you heard it? Okay,
well, I'm gonna say this is that I believe that to be true because from what I understand is that Rock Nation is the folks who designed that logo. Like him in partnership with Rock Nation is where that logo come from. So that wasn't a Puma logo. That logo came from like one of the content creators at Rock Nation. And because of that, I feel like that means, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I realized that that's the case, right? And also I believe that it makes sense for them to do that too when you think about the Kawhi Leonard situation, right? And Kawhi and his issue that he was in leaving Jordan, going to New Balance and wanting to take his claw logo, but couldn't do it, you know? So I believe that all makes sense, man, that they would, you know what I mean, have that going and be able to license it and do all of that stuff. I do think that to me, to your point though, that's even more crazy of why like it's kind of weird that Puma would structure that deal the way that they did when like not even just like we gonna let you have a whole nother clothing brand. We gonna let you use the same logo that we gonna use. So that's like direct competition. That's like your shirt got the MB1 that logo on it. My shirt got the logo on it, and like the only thing separating us is the price points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
yeah. I like I said, I don't understand it as a business point unless LaMelo came in with that. I demand this. If I come over here, this is what I want. I'm still gonna do my own thing on the side, and I'll wear your shoes, and you can use my logo. And I get my percentage off that, but I still want to do my thing on the side. Do you think that Melo is that business mind? Or Rock Nation may be their business mind to make a deal like that go through. But I see a situation, man, where he don't have a shoe. His first game, he don't have a personal shoe, and they try to put him on some type of like this. What Nike do, this what so and so do. You get the enough points, so you have a good season. Later on, you'll have a shoe and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, man, if I understand all the family stuff with the brand. Like if they don't want to work with Pops, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I 100% get it. But get into another situation where you own nothing, like you own the logo, but you basically own contract them saying you got to be here, you got to do these amount of shoots, you got to do these amount of blah blah blah. This and that. It's like to me, it's really not a lot of ownership when you wearing that shoe, but I guess because he licensed them to use the logo as well. It's probably like, well, I'm getting what I need from them anyway, and I'm getting their bag, and I'm able to wear my own stuff because LeBron James even come to games with different. You know what I'm saying? They all on walk through the tunnel with different brands on.
Exactly.
So can you see a scenario where LaMelo Ball does all this stuff with Puma, last end of the contract, and decide to just say, you know what, I'm just gonna do my own thing, or I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna go back to Pops, I'm gonna go back to the family business, because I honestly think this is something that's probably gonna eventually happen in the future, that the boys gonna end up might coming back home to the brand simply because they so young right now. You know what I'm saying? They don't they're beginning to understand what ownership is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Zoe is dealing with the same people that deal with Big Baller Brand. Like to help him with his brand, because they understand the ownership. Now I ain't saying all of them gonna be Big Baller Brand, but I'm saying that all of them gonna come back home and have their own thing. And probably if Zoe, I don't know if Zoe coming out with shoes. Do he got that on that thing? I don't think he got shoes on there, do it?
I don't think so, man. I think that the shoe thing is so hard to do that like I can't imagine him just doing that on his own anyway. You know what I mean? Like that to me would only make sense to like bring it through Big Baller Brand. And I would say that to your point that you made earlier as well, of if Melo still with a brand would have went number 3, they would have rolled out in a crazy way. If you look at the Jello situation, right? obviously, if you in the know, you know that they were like hyping those. They were like kind of teasing those $2,000 shoes ahead of time, like before it was announced that he was with signing with Detroit. But you look at on the same day that they announced that he signed, they said, "Yo, and you can get these $2,000 shoes that Jello Ball gonna be rocking." You know what I'm saying? Like that is the business. I would say business basics. I don't even call it business genius. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like the brand kind of approached those boys with, in the strategy that they have. That I was disappointed that we didn't get from Puma. You know what I'm saying? And but I do feel like because of those things that you said, like Zoe probably testing the market a bit and then realizing, wait a minute, man, I probably make more money just selling my own stuff and making it the way that I want to make it. You know what I'm saying? Having it look the way that I want it to look and all of those things and doing that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if LaMelo, who has already had a taste of what it's like to put the work in and have your own brand and all of that stuff, is if he's not the one who's saying like, yo, I want to be able to rock my own stuff and I want to be able to this, he's probably somebody who is not hard to convince that this is what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like the create your own logo, bro, and then lease it to him is the way to go. Like you might make more or less money up front, but you're gonna make more, you know what I mean? Like those little different things is probably what I feel like doesn't have shoe clout. Let's see. I'm a Zoe fan more than most, but he doesn't have shoe clout. I think that it's like this. He does not have shoe clout in the traditional sense of like one of these major sneaker companies, right? Of like a Nike, Adidas, you know what I mean? All of that stuff, right? But what he does have shoe clout in, or just clout period, is products. That's the thing that folks don't get. And I love you, man, because you be on top of it and you got down there all the products in the world. I need to be better about it myself. But like in some of my like researching and trying to get this information, what I realized is that that's where the leverage is. The NBA pays these dudes to play hella basketball, good money, not because like not because like they just want to see basketball players. They pay them all that money because they realize that people who are selling products want to leverage those eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? AT&T says, yo, y'all got this basketball game going. I'm gonna pay you $50 million. So folks who tune into that can see that. And then when we sell our product, we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the same shit with Zoe. Like if he leverages his brand and all of that stuff the correct way, that like he can sell product. He could sell. I was looking at this the other day, man. I was doing these calculations. I forgot what it was. There's some guy who got a little group and it costs $79 a month, right? It costs and he had like 360 people who, that's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? 360 people in the whole globe. It's not a lot. But he make $28,000 a month off the 360 people. That's a give it to me. I'll take it. If Zoe can sell, obviously it's not NBA money, but shit, Zoe could sell a product. No, I don't know what it could be or what it is, but like he could sell 360 or whatever at $79 a month and make an extra 28 grand, which is legit. You know what I'm saying? He could sell $100 sneaker, a t-shirt. Melo selling $200 damn hoodies or something. You know what I mean? And turn that into so. That's what I'm saying is that folks, when we talk about the system, right? I feel like it's the same thing. If folks have us brainwashed to think that like in order to have super clout, you need to be able to sell shoes at the level of Michael Jordan or LeBron James or all of these people. And if you can't do that, then you're not like a popular athlete. When the truth of the matter is, you don't need to sell LeBron James level of sneakers in order to be successful and take care of your family and your kids' kids. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta take consideration. Like these are facts numbers. Shaq sold more than Jordan for 2 years in his shoes in Walmart. He sold more than Jordan for 2 years in his shoes in Walmart for more than half of the price of a Michael Jordan shoe. You see what I'm saying? That's basically.
Wait, hold on. Say that again. Say that again.
Shaq,
you less than half.
Yeah, like Shaq shoes was like Jordans are like 100 or something. Shaq's shoes was like $40 in Walmart, and he sold more than Jordan for 2 years. Not 2 years in a row, but 2 years in general. You see what I'm saying? He made more money off his shoe than Jordan made for 2 years. So that's what you was getting at with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like he may not be the LeBron James to sell a shoe for $175, $200, but if Lonzo come out with a decent everyday shoe, like you know what I'm saying, just like I thought Big Baller Brand was gonna do, come out with like a everyday shoe and then a basketball shoe, and you know what I'm saying, things like that. I thought they were eventually gonna get to that, but if he come out with a freaking sandal that's $50, you know what I'm saying, a slide that's $50, $60, and he sell 100,000 of those, he wins. That's even being a millionaire, you still winning if you can sell a $60 slide and you sell 100,000 of them. And that's what LeVar was saying. He was like, if my kids sell 100,000 shoes at $500, they're gonna be straight for the rest of their life. That's why he priced the shoe at $500.
Exactly. They're gonna be good. Super good. I did that video where I talked about these 5 like sneaker brand designers, you know what I'm saying? And there's a dude, you hip on this dude, Sia. I think his shoes is called Somewhere in America, Sia Collective. He sell, I'll pull him up, man. Let me pull this dude up real quick. But he got his own, basically like his own sneaker company. And like the clothing brand, he a designer. He started, I believe, doing like custom sneakers and stuff. And then he this guy, oh, you can't see that good job. I pulled up my Instagram, and then your first pictures pop up, just be random, whatever. I wasn't prepared to show y'all that. So this guy here, all right. This dude here is named Devlin Carter, Sia Collective, right?
Okay, I just recently seen that.
Okay, yeah. So I love this dude here, and I come here sometimes and literally I ain't bought none of his shoes because I like a lot of them, but you know what I'm saying, I struggle to spend like $200 on a pair of sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to catch me on the right day. My money got to be in the account the right. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole lot to go on before I spend $200 on a sneaker. But I come here and I watch all of I check the kicks out and all of this stuff. And this is dope because he sells sneakers a few different ways, right? He will pre-order, you know what I'm saying? So like he'll drop a picture like this right here and be like, yo, all right, this is a new design here. Can you see the arrow on it? This one in the middle here is that's a new design that's coming out like in 2020 or whatever, right? So what he'll do is you can pre-order. He'll put it up and say, yo, go to the link, and all this weekend I'm taking pre-orders. Send them off to the factory, and then in like 2 or 3 months, once they made them and ship them back here, you'll get your shoe, right?
Yeah.
$200 damn near, right? And so similar to what the Big Baller Brand was trying to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what he does though is there's always issues. Same shit with the Big Baller Brand. Like when you're doing that pre-order thing, you're dealing with a factory, something go down over there. There's hurdles, you know what I mean? So in order to like stop people from coming on here being like, dang, bro, I ordered shoes 3 months ago on a pre-order, I ain't even got them yet. He created this like membership, this right here. And so you can you become an exclusive member, and he will put the shoes up for the exclusive members to pre-order. And basically, as a member, you saying, I trust the process, and like, if it take a little while, I'm not gonna come to the YouTube, the Instagram, and be commenting, damn, my shoes ain't got here yet. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on. And so he do that, and then what he'll do is he'll drop shoes every Saturday that you can like buy and then have them delivered at regular time. So like, if you want to trust the process and you like something, you can pre-order it and get it in 3 months, or you can wait and then try to buy it on the same day. But what happens is the dude's shoes sell out every Saturday in seconds. Like legitimately, you click the button and the shoes are gone. You know what I'm saying? And he have maybe 2,000-3,000 a pair or whatever that he'll be selling every Saturday. But he talk about it all the time. He like, yo, I'm a millionaire from selling my own sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Every week he got a new drop going. You go to his website, and typically it ain't nothing up here because he done sold out of everything. So like, this is what I'm saying. He got these pre-orders here. And this is like a little new design he got going. It's like based off the Jordan 1 or whatnot.
Well, it's not shown yet. It's like a lag. It ain't got to there yet.
Nah, I see what happened, man. It didn't. Let me hold on. Let me go back.
Yeah, but why you doing that, man? Like I understand the process as well, man. But I'm telling you, man, like shoes is something like I had a customizing deal with Pro Kids, and I had shoes for like 6 years through Pro Kids, like a sponsor type thing. You know what I'm saying? They wanted their name on the back and on the side, and I kept my logo on the shoe. I could design it however I wanted to, and I could sell it. Like so, actually working through a company that's already got the shoe and already can make the shoe how you want it, and you get it in a sooner time. This I would say there's something like LaMelo Ball should have signed up for. You know what I'm saying? But if you doing it the way that he's doing it, which I have before, and it's like I did the same thing he did. I take pre-orders. I took pre-orders first and see how many there was, blah blah, and then that's when I went in and got a certain amount of packages and having the extra money from those pre-orders. So whatever I say, this I have to order 500 shoes at a time, right? So and I only sold 250 of them. So that means I got 250 shoes that's just sitting there. It ain't done. It's like, how do I pay for those shoes? The profit I make off the shoes allow me to buy the whole 500. So now when the 250, I send those off to 250 people. I got 100 other 250 pair of shoes right here. Now I'm just making profit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So the people that's buying their shoes now, they get their shoes in 3 days, 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sending the U.S. Post. So it's like I get it, man. And that's genius what he's doing. And I actually like the style of shoe. I'm just not into a lot of colors. You know what I'm saying? On the shoe, I like plain shoes, but hey, I'm gonna look him up and I'm follow him on Instagram, man. I might have to cop. Well, I'm going to cop him. I'm going to cop me some for sure.
Cop some, man. He always be putting up stuff here that ain't even came out yet. You know what I'm saying? But it is like you said, like that process. And one thing that he talks about, and this is one of the things that I like, and in that video I did where I talked about these different designers. Is like he talk a lot about like that behind the scenes stuff, right? So for him, what he says is he'll do a pre-order and then he'll do a pre-order, but what he'll do is he won't use the money that from the pre-orders to buy the shoes. He'll use his own money to buy the shoes and take the money that folks that pay for the pre-order and put it in escrow, and he won't touch it until folks get their money back. You know what I'm saying? And then his whole thing is like, if something go wrong, he don't want to be
strict.
So, but you also got to have that chunk of money up front in order to be able to make that move. You know what I'm saying?
A nice chunk of money, bro. Like that ain't little boy. You know what I'm saying? Ordering those shoes, whoever you go through, Alibaba, whoever you go through. You gonna spend that bag even just to get your first pair, like your first like one, just to see if you like the shoe and just you like it may say it's $50 a shoe, a pair online, but you gonna pay more than they getting their first pair.
Yeah, this dude here is funny, bro, because you like you said, like going through Alibaba, whoop, whoop, whoop. And his thing is he got like a little hashtag he be using, and it's find these on Alibaba, ho. You know what I'm saying? So like somebody will try to critique him and be like, oh man, you got shoes, you try to get the pairs off the Alibaba. And he like, hey, these ain't on Alibaba. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, these is, like I said, he was a sneaker customizer for a while and then trying to see it, but some dude tried to call him out and that's like, so he started selling shirts saying, find these on Alibaba, ho. And then like, yo, a lot of these other dudes go to the Alibaba, but he don't, you know what I mean? He got his own little situation. But so it's funny.
But that's the thing. Like a lot of those companies, like that's going through Alibaba, you can get to them directly and do business with them. But it's like Alibaba is like the Amazon of custom. So it don't matter where if say for instance you get this company to do your shoe through Alibaba, that same company is the same company that this company use. They just go straight through the company, and I just go through the Amazon. I go through the Facebook of that, you know what I'm saying, or the Craigslist of that. So it's like it really don't matter. It's like when you get your sample of your shoe, you figure out if I want to use this company or not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a problem with none of it, man. Like Alibaba, I don't see a problem with whoever you go through. If you get product done and just how you like it, that's all that matters.
I think that what his thing is folks will like you go to Alibaba and they will have like the base of a shoe, and then you'll just customize it and put your label on it. You know what I'm saying? Or like you get a shirt from them or a hoodie. You know what I mean? Like they have products that they allow you to put your label on and then resell it. So somebody was trying to say that basically that's what he was doing. And he was like, yo, if you find these on Alibaba, then I will pay, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't that, you know, like it's coming from over that way, but it ain't no shoe that he just added some cool colorways to, you know what I'm saying? And then all of that stuff, man. My man here, BTS Dance Studio. Did you ever connect with him? He said he in Hong Kong right now. You know what I'm saying? He got the Alibaba Connect. Speaking of Alibaba, he been talking about that. He's supposed to put me on Alibaba Connect for about 3 years now, and it ain't coming through yet. You know what I'm saying? He got
hit you up in the inbox.
Hit me. I done talked to him on the inbox, on the phone, everything. You know what I mean? What's up, man? Let's do this.
Hey, yo. Like segue back to the Ball Brothers, like, dude, I had to, like I said, I had the sports talk with Sports Inside. Okay, look, LiAngelo wears BBB in the NBA. Is LiAngelo wearing BBB shoes?
Yo, this is what I was just about to pull that up though. I believe in this video where he practicing, he got on the Jellos.
Okay, I didn't pay that close attention to it.
I meant to look and zoom in on it. Let me see. I think I got it saved on the computer actually. I'm like 86% sure that yeah. My dog got the I can't tell.
You know, he know him to wear Jordans when he practice.
I believe them the Jellos though, man. I believe he got the red boys on there.
Okay. Now
I believe.
Okay. Why you scoping out and doing the research? This my thing. Do people still buy ZO2s if ZO2 don't wear them?
Yes.
Okay. See, that's my thing right there. It's like this what I want. This me personally. I don't know if LeVar Ball listening, man. If you listening, bro, love what you're doing, love the brand. But I would love for LeVar Ball to come out with a BBB basketball shoe that's not related to the boys. Just a basketball shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that'll be so dope for the culture. You know what I'm saying? That he come out with a basketball shoe that's Big Baller Brand. That's not connected to anybody. It's not a LeVar shoe, not an MB1, ZO2, just a BBB shoe. Because I think that it'll be hard to sell ZO2s because he don't wear them. He don't even wear ZO2 anymore. He wear Apollo Zo. So Big Baller Brand come out with a Big Baller Brand basketball shoe that's not connected with anybody, just a brand shoe. I think that'll be crazy though.
No, I think actually that's a great idea. Let me see. Yeah, great idea. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, because it's hard to get people to buy the ZO1 with ZO1 don't wear the shoe. Now, if ZO1 wasn't a person and it was just the name of the shoe, then that's different. That's just like you having the AB1 retro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a basketball player that's named one retro. No, it's just the AB1 retro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think it'll be dope if BBB just came out with its own brand shoe that's not connected with anybody. And I believe that one would probably do better than the shoe that is attached to somebody.
Yeah. Nah, I think that make a lot of sense actually. And I feel like they should do that for sure. Especially like right now, because they do have like the cloud is real. You know what I'm saying? The brand, I feel like that's people don't really want to give them credit for how strong like the brand in itself still is. You know what I'm saying? Like the name value recognition. Like I say this all the time, like the most popular items that they sell is the hoodies and the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? When I wear my BBB stuff out, you know what I'm saying? Folks be like, oh, Big Baller Brand. You know what I mean? And then they go down the list of the whole thing. So nah, that should make a lot of sense, man.
Like, yeah, man. Cause it's like I'm ready to see something like that because the brand is big enough. Like Big Baller Brand just ain't in the USA.
Yeah.
Like the haters in the USA, the people that support, they overseas. Like they really support. So man, if they were to come out with a brand shoe, just Big Baller Brand retro, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they want to name it, just not connected to anybody. That'll be dope in so many ways, but will really be that this is my dream. I always talk about my dream situation is Apollo Zo, we're Apollo Zo brand, but yet we're ZO2s when he play ball. But is that kind of contradicting? Is that kind of like I can't say that because a lot of people they were Ralph Lauren on the walk when they go on the court, they wear Nikes. So exactly. I don't think that's a cross. So
no, I don't think it is either. I think it's all in the branding. You know what I'm saying? It's just same way like LaFrance is like supposedly luxury LaMelo Ball brand. You know what I'm saying? And so
I ain't saying nothing yet though. I can't wait to see something to make me feel like that though.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah, I agree with you. It ain't really hit that point yet. You know what I'm saying? But like that's where they trying to market it as. And I feel like so if Apollo Zo is of the same like cloth, you know what I'm saying? Or honestly, the ZO2 line was the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he had the ZO2 line, which was supposedly like that same vibe of like, yo, this is your own sneaker brand. That was there's a video that was on the interwebs a while back with the guys who helped him put that together. You know what I'm saying? So that was an external thing. So it's some company who like what they do is work with like athletes or whoever else to like help them like create their own like kind of cut and sew merch. And they talked about creating that with him and like, you know what I mean? But so it was so we'll see.
But ZL2 had a lot of stuff because it's like he had his own .com outside of the BBB.com.
Yeah.
It was like his own thing. He had like button-ups, he had jerseys, he had shorts, socks, t-shirts. Like he had like all all of the above, jackets and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though it was it was because it was a whole nother company who helped him like put all that together.
Yeah, I really like that stuff, and I kind of wish I would have got some of it other than just the slides, but it's like it's hard for me, like me personally. Like I would, if Lonzo don't wear the shoes, right? I know that I would probably buy. Well, I would buy the Jello shoes because he wear them. I was like, I can't wear nobody's stuff that don't wear their own stuff. I mean, like I can support them in certain ways to just to get it to support. But it's like I'm tired. Like I ain't wore Nike in years. I ain't wore Reebok in years. Like I wear minority companies that make the same stuff that they make. You know what I'm saying? So when Big Baller Brand came out, that was a breath of fresh air for me. Cause now I ain't no other minority brand that had a tennis shoe like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Now instead of wearing my own stuff all the time, I was like LeVar. I've been wearing BBB for 3 years. Now I get to wear some Apollo Zoe. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in that type of situation. It was like a breath of fresh air. But there's so many more minority brands coming out with shoes and stuff like that now,
and everything.
And I'm still working on my stuff, man. Dude, I got a plethora of stuff. I never had to wear Nike again. I never had, and they ain't hating on nobody. It's just like I've been like this for years, man. They ain't got enough of my money. I got so many Jordans and Gary Paytons and Scottie Pippens and you know what I'm saying, Penny Hardaways. I'd rather go to somebody that'll shake my hand. You know, I can probably actually meet. I can possibly meet LeVar Ball one day.
Yeah, facts. And he'll talk with you and treat you like a human, not just like some customer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's one thing that I wish that Zoe would do. You know what I'm saying? Which I doubt. He just love the Kobe so much, man. You know what I'm saying? And it feel good on his feet. So I understand why he wear them. But man, if they could work out something that he can actually have a big baller shoe, man. Yo, bro, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Much love.
Smart, Black. That's my man, man. It's a good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It's a global brand. It's smart though. That's it is, bro. It's crazy to think how much bread is out here to be had. It's enough. It's enough for you think about, like you said, how much money folks been spending with when they just only thought that Nike was the only shoe brand that you could support, you know what I'm saying? And like that's all all folks was spending money with. Like, nah, bro, it's some opportunity out here for folks to really get the bag.
Yeah, I mean it. Well, yeah, man, but I was just saying, man, people can even start their own now. You ain't even got to worry everybody else stuff. It's out there for you to do your own thing now.
That's what I was about to say, yeah. And like that's the shit that I have like really have been beaten into my own brain as of late is that it ain't even about like you ain't even in order to create a life-changing situation for yourself, you ain't got to like outsell Nike. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like you ain't got to sell 1 million pairs of sneakers a year or t-shirts or hoodies or anything in order to like live well. You know, like you could sell a couple hundred. Like I said, shit, that old boy was making $28,000 a month off 300 people. Crazy.
That's the reality, but it's like the mentality that we grew up in the society that we grew up in. We weren't taught to invest, we were taught to save.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? See, that's where the disconnect comes with big corporation. They invest. Puma invested into LaMelo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't save the money and be like, all right, we're gonna get enough money. We get enough money, we're gonna go and leave LaMelo, we're gonna pay him all up front. You know what I'm saying? No, they invested. So the thing is, we got to get out the mentality, and then we say these minority brands, these small brands, Well, your shoe $200, but I can go and get some Nikes for $60. That's because they make their own stuff. They got the factories, they got the corporation. Like Nike making. Listen, LeBron James shoe probably costs $5 to make both shoes.
Yep.
By how fast how big of mass they making them. But if I get a shoe, I can't see myself getting a shoe that's worth me selling, that I like, that got the comfort I got, that I think that's not gonna fall off when somebody wear it. I'm gonna pay about $80 a shoe. And that's probably at the cheapest.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? $60 to $80. So for me to get a top-notch shoe from a top-notch brand that design shoes, I'm probably paying $100 a shoe, because I'm probably buying about 5,000 of them. Now, if I was buying 200,000 of them, it'll be different. So now, if I'm selling it for that, now I got to go buy the boxes. I got to design the boxes and go to this box company to get this. Then now I got to go to the paper company to put the paper with my design on it that I want inside my box. And then I got to ship it.
Yep.
I'm making about $50 off that shoe.
Yeah.
And I'm selling it for $200.
Yeah.
It's like people don't take that into example. They was like, well, we can't buy it because it's $200. Bang, but you got on Louis Vuitton right now.
Yeah.
You got on Ralph Lauren right now. You got on Gucci. You got on Prada. That stuff ain't in the corner store. They ain't at the Walmart. You spent that bread. So I can shake your hand and thank you and make you feel good about my product. You will never see Louis Vuitton.
Yep.
You'll never see Dolce & Gabbana. You'll never see them. They not coming. They not doing a pop-up shop to meet you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Never.
That's one thing I respect about what Master P doing. I respect about what the Big Baller brand doing. And it's just like people that want to be entrepreneurs, man, get inspired by these type people, man.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the thing. Like I said, I was just talking to my old boy on that one channel that brand that I be watching, and I was saying like one of the reasons why I even want to support and I be checking in so much is because you can he sit on there and give you game and talk to you. You know what I mean? And it's one of them situations where I don't even know the dude. You know what I mean? But I feel like I know the dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, it feels more like a community, and you feel like you giving the money to support somebody who like actually going, I don't know, like use it in a way that you can see it like manifest in like real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go make this dude over at Louis Vuitton $1 billion, but like, and then as you know, you might catch the guy over at Louis Vuitton just bought a new $3 million mansion. You know what I'm saying? But like, I like watching the guys or the like creators who I follow level up. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing that when they like, oh, I just got the, and you know what I mean, and that come from like just everybody, you know what I'm saying, supporting and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
to me that's dope. That's big,
and it's beautiful because it's culture.
Yep.
Our culture was based off support, but it's been broken up in so many areas for us to hate on each other and dislike and be jealous, man. And the thing is like when I see LaMelo Ball, when I see AB the Hero, I watch AB the Hero on YouTube and talking about the Ball family. Then I see him in the factory of the Big Baller brand reviewing shoes. Then I see him on the stage of the basketball game at the JBA. Then I see him overseas with the JBA. It's like I feel like I don't even know you. I ain't never met you, but I'm like, dang, I'm happy like you my brother. I'm happy like you my family member. You know what I'm saying? Never met you, know nothing about you, but the growth I seen from the YouTube to the you know what I'm saying, explain the stuff about shoes and clothes, to the announcement at the JBA, to going overseas. Like, dude, that's big to me. And the fact that our culture is taught to be against each other and be jealous and be like, don't know the culture do that, man. You don't hear no, you know what I'm saying? No nail shop hating on the other nail shop. No, you know what I'm saying? No breed supply store hating on, cause we don't own this stuff. That ain't out of our culture.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So what LeVar doing will probably never be fully accepted of our culture. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be okay with it.
Yep.
What's ZO2 doing? The same thing.
Here, you know what I'll say? I can't even say that it'll never happen. I think that it will eventually be accepted. You know what I'm saying? But it'll take some time. And like your man LeVar might not ever get his flowers. You feel me? Like they might not ever show him the love that he deserved for doing it. Like right now in this moment, it might not never happen, you know? But I feel like what's interesting about it is like it'll slowly like I said, man, the support that I feel like people have for this old boy who I've been talking about, you know what I'm saying? I believe that some of that comes from, you know, like that LeVar thing and people talking that talk about we need to support brands and businesses and do all of that. And even though they be hating, you know what I'm saying? Like putting that in people's face for time after time after time, folks feel good about it. And eventually, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I might not be able to buy them $400 shoes, you know what I'm saying? But like one of these dudes who out here, other culture, I'm a support when the price is right, you know? Like eventually. So I think you're right, bro. They might not ever give him the clout or the credit for it, but I think I feel good knowing that like at least the culture is moving to a place where like the next generation of entrepreneurs is going to get love and going to get appreciated.
See, that's the key. What you said. He's one of the people that opened up the door. Master P, one of the people that opened up the door to let you know that you ain't just got to sell clothes. You can get into cereal. You can get into this. You can get into that. Now, this is my thing right here. The only reason I say that LeVar, he's one of those people that they're gonna praise when they're gone.
Yep. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Simply because right now, if LeVar passes away right now, Big Baller brand is done. It's gone. Because why? He's the only one selling it. He's the reason why we're buying it.
Yeah.
We're buying it based off of what kind of father he was. That he got 3 sons in the NBA. That he got a son. He got 2 boys that went in top 5. Well, top 3. He got this and he got that. We buying it because of the storyline and how much we as a culture, me and you, appreciate him. But the boy's gone. Melo is a part of Puma. It's Apollo Zoe right now.
Yeah.
It's nobody there to do the brand. Jello not a talker. He's a basketball player. So who's there right now that's going to keep BBB going if something happened to LeVar right now? We're buying the brand because of LeVar.
Yep.
Just as like I got four pair of Melo ones, right? Melo was in high school. I bought the brand.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I bought the brand. That's why I bought shoes. I got ZO2s, right? ZO2 was in the NBA, but guess what? He didn't do good the first when I got these shoes. He wasn't doing good. I bought the brand.
Yep.
So if the face of the brand, which has always been LeVar Ball, if the face of the brand goes away, this is like if say if he don't pass, he just say, you know what? I'm for the sell BBB to these people right here. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. Cause he ain't got no story no more.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I say that. That's why I say that with LeVar, with the boys coming back to the brand, the brand is amazing. You know what I'm saying? The brand is next level. But one boy in the brand gives the brand life. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now if Jello leave and go sign with Converse, right? The brand is still alive because we still got LeVar. But what happens when LeVar is gone? What happens when he decides to give it up? If he decides to sell it, or if some reason that it's his last days, the brand is done. Unless the boys quit everything they doing to come back and be a part of it.
Yeah. Man, I hope, and I know you talk about this all the time too. I hope that eventually them boys come back and make the brand whole again.
Yeah, that's a dream world, you know what I'm saying? But we living in a world where they're influenced by people that got way more money than they dad.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta take consideration, bro. If you tell your son to do something, right? He say, Daddy tell me to do this all the time, right? He tell me to do this all the time. He always say that. But who is his favorite person? Who is his favorite person? Like, actual person that he look up to. Is it anybody he look up to?
My son?
Yeah. Is it anybody he look up to? Basketball player, gamer, like somebody that he's attracted to that gives him life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Man, shoot, I don't know. It's hard to say. It probably like one of these YouTubers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, YouTuber.
Yeah.
Great example. If that YouTuber say, "Hey, yo," if he tell that YouTuber tell him to do the same thing that you've been telling him to do, he gonna take it differently.
Yeah.
Because that YouTuber probably got over 1 million subscribers. That YouTuber he look up to and see every day and blah, blah, blah. That's what's happened with LaMelo. That's what happened to ZO2. You know what I'm saying? It's people that got way more money than they pops. It's people that's been doing this that tell them to tell them do the same thing that they dad have been telling them all them years, but they take it differently because it's a different person.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody they look up to. He signed with Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Jay-Z, if Jay-Z would have said, "Hey man, leave Big Baller Brand, I'm gonna get you a poem," he probably like, shoot, that's Jay-Z. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z, if Jay-Z would have said, "Hey man, I'm with Puma, but if I was you, I'd stay with my pops," cause he built this over here, he would have never signed with Puma.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny is if Jay-Z would have been like, yo, we're gonna put that money in with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh damn, y'all, it would have did the same thing. Would have stayed, yep.
Yeah, but my thing is back to what we were talking about. I'm just glad to see them in the NBA. I'm glad that LaMelo is fitting in with the team. I'm glad that that everything is going. Man, LeVar, he's spoken to existence. Man, you keep saying it long enough, man. Look forward to something to happen.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
should be his pops. Yeah, I think that was so crazy, man. Is I realized this even with my own dad is like, as time goes by, like I realized that, like my dad used to drive truck. You know what I'm saying? His whole thing was like, you know, trying to own his own truck and doing all of this stuff, and I just never got into it. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing though, is that I realized this because I was back home and I was talking to my dad about it. I was like, man, sometimes I'd be thinking like, yo, I would have had my head on straight, that I would have made the decision to like, yo, let's just go ahead and start this trucking company. You know what I mean? Because at this point, I would have been doing it with my dad. You know what I mean? We bought some trucks. We would have just been running our own thing. But what I realized though, is that the reason why I didn't do it is not solely because I just was thinking like, damn, like I don't really want to be a trucker. It's just that my dad didn't present it to me in a way that made it desirable or made it like I want to do it. You know what I mean? Like I hated doing it with him. You know what I'm saying? I go run the truck with him and be working all day, and he wouldn't even pay me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just his son. So for me, I associated doing that shit with not getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to do all of this work, and I'm watching you pay your other guys who helping you real money, and then I'm out here for the free tip. So I just distance myself away from it. You know what I mean? As much as possible. And so like I believe that what we've seen from the past like couple of years with the brand is that, and it is kind of, and it really, we talk about it like how with this global appeal that it has, but it's really in its infant stages. You know what I'm saying? So like I can imagine that for these boys who really only been really going hard about the brand for, you know what I mean? Like it's been some association with it, but on this mass appeal level for maybe 2 or 3 years, like most businesses, it ain't no profit like that in the first 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? It's just kickback where you feel like you being rich. So I could see how potentially not even just like the outside voices getting in the ear, but it's like, damn, we doing a lot of work to make this bread, and like where the profits at, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily getting that long-term play. So then when somebody else hop in your ear with the alternative solution, you like, actually, that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So as I think that's what I could say. I believe from my own personal experience with my dad is just like looking at that like, yo, I would have, if he would have presented me the whole trucking idea in a way that I would have been like on board with it, I probably would have been down. Especially like if I'd have graduated college and we'd have, you know what I mean? Let's get a business, let's do whoop, whoop, let's, then, you know what I mean? I probably would have been with it. But yeah, when I was young, I was like, hell no, ain't no way. I'm out.
Yeah, and I can see that being a situation with the ball brothers, like a situation like that where they really didn't own anything. But you gotta think about it. It's like I heard it a lot that they like that because they didn't own anything. They didn't have a profit. But look where you stay. Look what kind of car you driving. You know what I'm saying? Look at this kind of, you know what I'm saying? Look at the lifestyle you got. Like what else you want, and you gotta take it, and you gotta take consideration too. These are teenagers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? These not grown men that he not paying, and so no, these are teenagers. So it's like I'm giving you everything you need. What else do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like what else can I give you? You mad because you got what you mad for? Like I came from the block. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they ever seen the block like that. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, man. But hey, I gotta go. Wait a minute. Hey,
that would be dope.
Yeah, that'd be crazy dope, man. But I gotta go, man. Starbucks. Hey, that's if he stay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Depends on how long he is over there. Like, need to stop.
Let me see.
Okay.
Start teaching our kids about ownership being owned. That's a factamundo.
Yes, sir, man.
That's a factamundo.
Man, I want to appreciate you for having me on your platform again, man. It's more than a blessing to me, Doc. And I want to send a special shout out to Ball Facts, man. He sent me a message, man, that was really encouraging, man. And I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's showing a lot of love, man. I want to shout you out for that. I shout you out on my live too, man, for that. You ain't have to do that, but appreciate the love and support, man. And if y'all hadn't already, those are my. I got a space right there. I don't know why IVD Press, but but yeah, if y'all go check out IVD Press on all social media. Check out Fahara F Vision. Check me out, man. I greatly appreciate it. As AB know, man, I speak back to everybody that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? If you leave a comment, man, I speak back, and we do it. There's a new breed or phase of our talented entrepreneur.
Present new talented entrepreneur athletes.
Yeah, I see that with the new breed. Yeah, I see that with the new breed, and I like it. I like the mindset he got with it and everything. But I gotta dip off here, y'all. But much love. Like I said, thanks to you again, AB. Shouts out to Sport Inside Angle too, man. He been rocking with me a lot. And you see DJ Raw and Cut, man. He on that 110, man. I like what he doing, Doc. He keeping everybody connected, ain't it? My phone be blowing up now with them notifications.
In the little thing, bro. I here's my thing, and this is what always happens with me is, and it's kind of funny because in that movie came out, The Social Experiment. What was that? The one that was on a social, something was a Netflix movie, but I don't have any social media notifications on my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the only time I ever see it is like I have to like intentionally go to
Look
Instagram
at it.
and open the app, you know what I mean? Or I had to go to Facebook and see what they have. So like I never get a message, you know what I mean, that pops up, you know what I'm saying? So that's where, so it's like a gift and a curse though, whenever, you know what I'm saying, I get included in one of them group chats or whatever, where I'm gonna be buzzing that boy. And when I don't like be every 2 seconds looking down at it or whatnot, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I ain't used to it.
Yeah.
But you can be obsessed with it. Hey, okay. Please support and sign on. Hey, yeah. I believe it. I believe it, man. But yeah, man, it's been a blessing, bro. I appreciate you so much, man.
I appreciate you coming through, man. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, it's always open, you feel me? I'm
all day.
I think, man, I was trying to do like 3 days a week. I fell off a little bit, man. I mean, life and stuff be happening, but I think that I'm going to just, you know what I mean, up the ante, man, and just be jumping on here like just all the time, you know what I'm saying? Just whenever.
Yeah, just let me know, man. I'm down. If I'm open, man, I'm down to rock with you, bro.
All right, for sure, man, for sure. And likewise, man, let me keep send that to me, man, next time you on, man. Like I said, what happens most of the time, I don't never see it until like I'm in there, and then it's either like
I try to give you more time.
Yeah.
I try to give you like they'll spur of the moment. So I totally understood if nobody could do it.
Yeah. But shoot, man, that spur of the moment, man, that'll be my favorite. I'll be doing the same thing too, man. So I'll be digging it.
All right, then, man. Well, I'll get with y'all later, man. Y'all be blessed.
All right, man.
Peace.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
No
Shoot,
doubt.
man. I'm probably about to hop off here relatively soon myself, man. I appreciate all y'all for coming through and pulling up, man, and supporting the channel and smashing the like button and all of that good stuff, man. Had some good conversation this evening. I believe on my channel right now, I just posted the little clips of the first Detroit Pistons practice or whatnot. So if y'all hadn't seen those, man, y'all can go check that out. Actually, let me do this. Let me put this right here in the chat, boy. So y'all should be able to just go straight there. Check your man Jello out in his first, you know what I'm saying, night, first practice with the Detroit Pistons. A few clips of him in there, you know what I'm saying? My dog got the braids and all of that stuff, but it's lit, man. I'm hyped for him. You check that video out, man. Slam that like button on that one too, man. It's your main man, AB the Hero. Any final questions or any final topics that any of y'all want to go over or talk about real quick, man, we can get into that. At the beginning of this video, if you got on late, and kind of the reason why the title was Decoded is we watched that press conference from LaMelo Ball after his first practice. And I thought it was interesting because in the comment section, they were critiquing or commenting on the fact that he had some very short and poignant answers for most of those folks. So what I wanted to do is kind of decode and give a little bit more context to what my dog was saying and do that in that video. So that's at the beginning of the video. We also watched a few clips from a press conference that Lonzo had, and my man Fahara jumped in here, and then we kind of talked about all type of things. BBB kind of caught up on what's going on with Jello, the contract, some of the haters and all of that stuff. So if you ain't here, you want to go back to the beginning of this video and kind of watch the opening part of this live stream. It was it's pretty good, man. But Shemaine, man, AB the Hero, man. I'm gonna hop off here. Like I said before, I appreciate y'all coming through. I do believe that this new breed, man, is gonna be legit, man, and hopefully sometime soon we can get your boy LeVar to pull up on the channel and join one of these live streams. You know what I'm saying? It's I believe that that's gonna happen, man. So y'all stick with me. We working on that a little bit behind the scenes. I'm only telling y'all that because it's the last 5 minutes of the stream, and you got to be a super supporter in order to even be here. So I'm giving y'all the inside scoop on that, because I know most folks ain't gonna be here long enough, you know what I'm saying, to get that information anyway. But so stick around, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because as soon as I get the confirmation and the information on that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let y'all know when that'll be going down, so y'all can pull up and be a part of that stream and all of that stuff. It's your main man, AB the Hero. We finna get up out of here. Peace.